Good afternoon. Today's text is coming from Romans chapter 1, verse 18 through 25. For God's wrath is revealed from heaven against all ungodliness and unrighteousness of people who by their unrighteousness suppress the truth, since what can be known about God is evident among them, because God has shown it to them. For his invisible attributes, that is, his eternal power and divine nature, have been clearly seen since the creation of the world, being understood through what he has made. As a result, people are without excuse, for they knew God, and they did not glorify him as God or show gratitude. Instead, their thinking became nonsense, and their senseless minds were darkened. Claiming to be wise, they became fools, and exchanged the glory of the immortal God for images resembling mortal man, birds, four-footed animals, and reptiles. Therefore, God delivered them over in the cravings of their heart to sexual impurity, so that their bodies were degraded among themselves. They exchanged the truth of God for a lie, and worshipped and served something created instead of the Creator, who is praised forever. Amen. End quote. Look at the state our country is in now. Look how far away from God we've become as a country. Look at the degrading and sexual content of the television, internet, billboards, and music. Literally everywhere, everything you see is covered with sexual perversion and dripping with immoral behavior. It's focused on satanic and violent behavior continuously. At what point does God say, I'm through with this country? How far away from God are we going to be allowed to drift before God just lets us go and gives us over to a reprobate mind? Or has he already? It's obvious that the majority in this country is not worshiping the one true God, the God of Abraham, the God of Isaac, the God of Jacob. It's obvious that the majority in this country is not following the teachings of Jesus, because the rules God established for Israel through Moses during the first covenant and the commands God gave us through Jesus when the second covenant was established was based on morals. It was these morals that separated God's people from the rest of the world. And if you're a true follower of Jesus Christ, they still do. To make sure your relationship is strong, you have to study continuously. You have to praise, pray, and worship God daily. In doing these things, you will keep yourself unspotted from the world. In doing these things, you will be separated from this world and from the wrath that is so very soon to come. This is not something that you can just pass off as nonsense. Your immortal soul is at stake. None of us are worthy. None of us can ever be good enough. Our salvation, forgiveness, and reunification to God was bought and paid for by Jesus, our Christ. If you choose to accept this free, eternal gift, you have to follow the teachings of Jesus Christ and obey his commands. If not, you will face judgment along with the rest of this lost and dying world that's all around us. I love you, and I hope that you have a blessed day, but you need to understand the gravity of this subject. If you're not right with God, if you haven't accepted Christ, which is the only way, please don't hesitate. The next breath you draw might be your last, and then it's too late. I love you. Have a blessed day.